So basically what I'm doing is I'm getting this salt, and it's probably gathered some humidity down there in that storm shelter through the years. So what I'm doing is I'm busting it up right now, which will make it spread easier later. And I'm gonna set it out there in the sun on that tarp behind me. And I've got some salt from another project, which that don't hurt a thing. It's, as long as it's solid, it's still good salt. You know, you can still use it for different things. So it ain't gonna hurt a thing in the world. So anyways, I'm gonna put it out there and let it dry just a little more. The drier it is when it goes on that hide, the more it's gonna do its job and pull moisture out of it. But like I said, I'm gonna use this method instead of the water method, because man, that hide's big. And it was suck taking it in and out of that stuff all the time like that. So I'm starting to see why all them YouTube people don't use a lot of the wet methods, let's put it that way. You know, soak it in this, put it in there. Now they just frame it up and do all the work to it on the frame. I'm starting to understand that now. Let me finish knocking this all up. Or breaking it up, not knocking it up. I've only ever done that once. And all around the edge of this hide, some people go every 4 or 5 inches, whatever. I'm just gonna go with that. It sounds good to me. You stick it under the hide, come in about a 3/4 of an inch, and you cut down to the wood. And it leaves a small hole, and you come back, stab your knife in that hole, and it leaves a good consistent hole without you making a big gash or tearing out the side. Okay, I said to heck with that tactic. I'm just taking it, stepping on it, putting a hole in it, step on it, put a hole in it, step on it. So much faster. So this frame is 10 by 10, so I measure 5 foot from the edge to right here. And I got a mark, ain't got to be exact, just got to be close. Reason being, you got to take the center of the hide all the way down the middle, and it needs to be about halfway across just to keep everything symmetrical. Now it don't matter if somebody skin it lopsided or not. If that back is crooked going up the hide when it's done, it's going to look bad. So first thing first, even though it may waste a bit of rope, I always tie the very center at the top and the very center at the bottom, and I just even everything else out, keeping that center straight. But also, when I built this, I put the boards like this, and then the side boards I put on the inside. That way my main force, I'm going to try to, like I said, do the top center to the bottom center. And it's a lot stronger. I mean, I already got the braces, but it's still a lot stronger for this pushing down on top of the side boards instead of the other way around. So there's going to be pressure all around it, but I'm starting off with my main force, and I'm going to focus on a lot of that force going this way. And like I said, I'm going to waste the rope instead of just spiraling, keeping one continuous rope all the way around. I'm going to waste some just to make sure I get this front and the back dead straight. From that end, all the way down, these should be a 10-foot board, which I understand sometimes they're like 10 1/8 or whatever for you sawing. Either way, the board on the end should be 1.5 inches. The board on that end should be 1.5 inches. So you should measure 5 foot, 1.5 inches, and it should be 5 foot, 1.5 inches this way, but it ain't. When I made them 2 marks, there's 5 foot 1.5 inches, 5 foot 1.5 inches. So it's always better to measure both ways, because you can just eyeball the middle, and that's the dead center. I don't know that measurement, but sometimes if the boards don't add up where they're supposed to, you can get a better center that way by measuring both directions and splitting the difference. So there's just another random tip. I've got this, the front and the back, and I've got the side to side now. Now I'm going to get the 4 legs, and then after that, to me, that's all the high points. The hide will be mostly symmetrical, and then I'm going to start doing the rope saving thing and just pick out a good section, just kind of do my math, you know, 2 foot, 4 foot, you know, do my math, figure out how much rope I need per section as I go around. But basically I'm getting my high spots, and then I'm going to go back and fill in the gaps. Y'all, that took every bit of rope I had laying around, and I still had to go buy 150 foot. There's probably at least 250 foot of rope right in here. I don't know if that's overkill. For those of y'all that have done this before, let me know, is that good or bad? But either way, it's on there symmetrical. That's the main thing. And like I said, that is a 10 by 10 frame, so y'all see just how big this daggum thing is. Well, there it is now. That way we get some circulation under it as well as above it. Got a bit of a bow and a sag to it right now, but I feel as it dries, it'll take care of that. It's hard to tell if you look down them boards how they're bowed in just a little bit. But I got a feeling as it dries, it's going to pull more. Okay, it's a couple hours later, or an hour later, whatever it is. Sun is down. The hide actually, when the salt dropped more and more, so actually bowed in a little bit. I don't know if you can see the water right in the middle, but it's salty water, so I'll accept it. But I mean, when I say it bowed, I mean like it bowed bad. I don't know if y'all can see the other board over there or not, but yeah, it bowed way down. So I'm going to take this opportunity to go through here and just retighten all the ropes. Might be a good move, might be a bad move, but it's fixing to be a move. Okay, y'all probably can't tell the difference, but it is up a little bit. What I was going to show you is maybe if I stretch this out here, maybe I can see. Hopefully all that water and stuff down there in it. But anyways, now for the next step. Foggy? Good Lord, that's foggy. Come on now. Wake up. Alright everybody, throughout the night, that is how much water has got in it. And we're just fixing to tilt it and take care of that. And when I say we, I literally mean we. There's my buddy. Lifelong buddy. He's one of them people you can't never remember not being there in your life, however sad that is. It's a good thing, I swear. But anyway, back to the hide. All that water. I know. And the salt just helped kill the grass right here. So.
Yeah.
I put a whole 50-pound, I think a 50-pound bag of pool salt on there.
Maybe I can pick up right in there.
I mean, you get right, close your fingers ain't gonna hit me because it got.
Well, I was gonna hold it up so you get one side, one board screwed in. I was gonna leave them. I'm just thinking the safe way.
I mean, it works either way. I mean, we gotta pick it up a good piece. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pick it up like well over your head. If you're gonna do that, if you want to do that method, you can.
I mean,
see?
You can get the.
Let your friends break your back for you. Okay. You can fine tune it later. There we go. A little higher. Oh.
I'm good. Go ahead.
That's one. That's got it. Well, that's okay. I was thinking about that, but
yeah,
I don't know how good you were at screwing either, so.
Oh,
kind of cool how you can see that tuft going right down the middle here. See if I can get y'all a bit lower of an angle. Yeah, it's pretty ugly. Definitely not a winter hide. And it's, as y'all already knew, it had all this scarring on the hide even before I started. Alright, it's like day 4 or something like that, and there's absolutely no bow left in that. I wish if this board wasn't in the way you could see that, but I mean there is, y'all, there ain't nothing. That is flat. And if y'all can see it, I'll try to get it pegged down here, just how much bow is in them boards. I mean, it is a lot. Oh, you can see it in that one pretty good. And you can see it in that. pretty good, hopefully. I don't know what it takes to keep a 2x6 swooped in like that, but man, that's, and each string don't feel that bad, but it's got to be rough. And you can hear that salt going down it too. So I'm gonna try to catch a bunch of that salt if I can. I'll hopefully find another use for it. I mean, obviously not all of it, but significantly easier when I had some help here, but it wasn't bad. Just got to think ahead and be careful. And try not to leave boards sitting around with screws sticking out of them or nails. Either bend them or screw them back out for later use. Just think ahead. I know it's common sense, but for those of y'all that ain't got a lot of that, think ahead. Okay, I got an old concrete mixing hole, or mortar mixing hole, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to make us kind of a scraper out of this, at least one initial scraper, a wide scraper, I don't know. So all I'm going to do is right here you got these corners on it, I'm going to knock them off and try to make a little bit of a curvature to it, and then maybe put this little bevel back on the spots that grind off in the edges, I don't know. Either way, let's get it done. Grinding on it down low like this, the handle up here knocked the wasp nest down, landed right beside me. Drama.